All right, all right. Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Chris Hawkes. This is your best life defined. How you doing today? Wow. Wow, happy Friday, by the way. It's Friday, April 16th, 2021. Ooh. What do you got going on for the week? I got some great plans. It's not it's if you're depending on where you are, Colorado, they're still kind of cold, so there's not a lot of yard work. Probably getting the sprinkler system ready. Maybe if you have some land, you're burning some weeds, getting everything going, checking the lawnmower out, sharpening the blades, getting ready for another season of growing a crop you can't eat. That's the thing. I dig flowers. Okay, I think flowers are great, and if you love it, then do it, whatever that is, right? But I look around. I think I'm walking around doing my thing, working out at the park, and of course I do the walk and talk to get ready for the podcast, right? I'm walking around. I'm seeing all these people out there, and they're all out there in their yards, and they're getting things ready, and they're grinding it out, and it makes me wonder why we do it, right? See, I don't have any problem doing this. I've complained about or I guess maybe I haven't even complained. Maybe it just comes down to, I've mentioned that with every option, with every great choice we make, there is an obligation. There is some sort of thing we have to do to address that issue or to maintain that choice, right? I talk about the RV and how I have to maintain it, and it is a lot of work. It really is. There's a lot of work involved if you do it right. Don't want the paint fading. So there I am out there 3 times a year, cleaning and waxing a 40-foot fifth wheel because it's not decals. My RV is actually paint. Okay, so but what's funny about that is that struggle that I faced. It still doesn't even compare with the struggle I used to face when I had a conventional home. And I'm out there the other day and I'm walking around. I'm thinking about the difference between my life now and my life then. And what I came up with is the reason I am able to wash and wax this fifth wheel and I continue to be excited about what I'm doing is because what this represents to me is the opportunity to live the kind of life I dreamed of living. I've always dreamed of traveling, and the energy levels are coming up because we're getting ready to hit the road again. At the end of May, we pull back out, and we're going to head out across the country and head north, and then we're going to spend next winter in Florida. And, it's just this amazing adventure. And what I figured out is, when you think about what you do every day, the closer it is to who you are, the closer it is to who you are on the inside, not this narrative that keeps being force fed down our throat, but rather the actual person that you are, things that inspire you, the things you dream of doing, the easier life gets. If you wake up every day and everything you do you're grinding out, you just can't wait to get it over with, right? There's a chance that it's because you're not connected to that thing you're doing. You can say what you want. I mean, we can tell ourselves or tell our family and friends how amazing our life is as we've created it, right? Because a lot of times, what other choice do we have? Imagine if you don't have any options. Let's just say that you're out of money, you don't have any time, everything you spend, right? Because you've got debt. Imagine what happens if you tell somebody my life sucks. If you were to just admit that at Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas dinner, right? You're sitting there and everybody, how's it going? No, not too good. My life sucks. I don't ever get to go fishing. I don't ever get to go camping. I don't own a boat, right? the, the interesting part about it and what most people don't realize is that it's easier just to live it. That thing that inspires you, it's easier just to accept the fact that the thing that inspires you is the thing you should be doing, because in that self you get fuel in your tank. It dumps a whole buttload of fuel in your tank, right? Think about what you love to do. I love the ocean. I love walking on the beach. I love exploring. I love seeing new things. I love creating. I mean, this is part of my creative juju right here when it goes right, right? When my head's right and I'm in it, I'm definitely in it. Obviously, there is no lack of conversation coming from me, right? It makes it easy. It makes it easy for so many reasons. For all those excuses we have about, well, I don't know. I don't know if that's crazy, that's scary. You love fishing, then you should probably build something in your life around that thing you love. I'm not saying quit your job. I don't know what that looks like for you, but the point is if there's something in your life that you truly enjoy and you've let it go by the wayside for this American dream, and that's not derogatory. I mean, people, you talking shit about the American dream. Well, in a way I am. Because if you look at every story that's ever been told about it, I mean, hell, we should be the happiest country in the world, right? If you look at the ads, I mean, look at beautiful people driving fancy ass expensive cars. Look at the story they're telling us, right? How's it feel? How's it feel? That's really the point. Back to where you're at, right? So you pick something that inspires you, right? Let's say that you decide that maybe this whole story that you've been given isn't exactly the truth, and you decide to follow your gut. You decide, you know what, I think I can do it different, right? I think I'll do it a little different, do it better. I'm going to ask myself some questions about what I love to do. And you pick something that you love to do, that you're inspired to do. How much work is it? Or not so much how much work is it, how much time do you spend actually pissing and moaning about the work you have to do? An example I use over and over again. You love skiing. Your friend calls you up on Saturday night, says, "Hey, let's go skiing tomorrow." You're like, "Oh, I wasn't planning on going skiing. My board isn't ready. I need to wax my board." Well, yeah, all right. Well, we're leaving at 5. We'll pick you up at 5. Are you in? Have you ever realized? Do you realize how easy it is for you to jump off the couch here? You've had 6 beers. It's 9:30 at night. Go dig your board out. Get all your snow gear, the duffel bag with all your snow gear, your snow pants and your Columbia coat and all that. You get the board out. You get the lamp. You start working on your board, getting it all waxed up and cleans up. You check your bindings. You check your boots. Wipe the cobwebs out of them. You don't get back into bed till 12 o'clock. You're up at 4 a.m. drinking coffee, can't wait. They pull up, you give your partner a kiss. Hey, I'm going to go, I'll see you later. Or maybe they're coming with you. Maybe it's both of you out there doing it, right? How difficult was it to convince yourself that that was important, that you were going to grind out getting that board ready so you could go skiing the next day? Short notice, oh my God. When it's connected to who you are, when it's connected to the things that inspire you, that put fuel in your tank, doing the struggle, facing the burden that it creates is easy. It's easy. I went out the other day. I have a 19 or 2015 Chevy Silverado 1-ton, and don't know, and I'm not bragging. I need a truck to pull this big ass house I have, right? But I've gotten away from the idea of cleaning a car so everybody can look at me and think about how impressed I am, or at least play this scenario in my mind about how impressed everyone is because I have a 2015 1-ton that looks like a diamond. I mean, it's black, hard to keep clean. So when you get the paint just right and it's clean, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful truck. But I go out there and the paint's in it's okay shape, but the wax needs to be stripped and it's got some blemishes. There's a few issues with it, right? And I go out there and I spend the entire day bringing that paint back up to the position it needs to be. In other words, condition it needs to be in. I wiped out all the mess and it's looking really good. Probably looking the best it's ever looked. And the motivation behind that isn't that I'm thinking about how great it's going to look and how everybody's going to applaud me for driving this fancy ass truck, because no one gives a damn, right? The motivation is that I know I don't have to do it again in 3 months, and it needs to be done because it's an asset that allows me to live my life. And does it matter if the paint's looking good or the truck is clean on the inside? It doesn't matter, except for it builds habits that we build on, that we repeat. Actions that are necessary for us to continue to grow in the direction we're trying to go, right? If there's something in your life that you thought about doing, that you love to do, and you're not doing it, shame on you. If there's something in your life, some dream that you've given up on because there just isn't the time or the money, then shame on you. Because the only excuse you would have for not pursuing that is that what you are currently doing now inspires you more than that thing you should be doing. And if you followed the plan of your parents, and this is no judgment, because we all do it, there's comfort in looking around and knowing we're just like everyone else. It's not very amazing, according to this plan, that if you follow the plan that everyone else is following, it's not amazing, but yeah, it's easy, right? But we all seem to fall into this same plan as if we're all the same people. And I know damn good and well that you don't want to be a podcaster. Not too many people want to do this, right? But you see, I'm not struggling here because I'm living it. Not based on what the world wants for me, but based on what I want for me. Based on what inspires me. Now, let me apologize here for any of you who've listened to the early podcast and even before the podcast listened to my early story. I want to explain something here because my idea used to be about the particular stuff, the things we have in our life. That whole perception, that whole idea has changed somewhat, and it's an evolutionary process. When we first get an idea, we have to weed through the truth and the scam in it, right? And there I am, I'm thinking, well, you own a house, that's crazy because you don't love a house. If the things in your life inspire you, you're on the right track. If it doesn't, if you don't mind or you embrace the idea of going out and taking care of your yard and painting your fence and doing what you do, a lot of those same characteristics as an old guy who's like 70, he's retired. His flower beds don't have any weeds in them. The lawn is perfectly mowed. House, there's not a fleck of paint or a chip of paint anywhere on the house. Everything is just right. You know how he's in his zone. He's living it. He's living the life that he imagines for himself in his head. Because the truth is, it isn't difficult for us to take care of the things that inspire us or that allow us access to the things that inspire us. That guy that loves bass fishing, I'm sure he doesn't want to spend time having to wax and polish that cool-ass bass boat he's got. But doing so is part of the process of living it. And when you connect with who you are, stop listening to this noise, and connect with who you are, guess what? You'll hear your voice. You'll discover that maybe some of this is bullshit. Maybe someone's lying to you. Can you imagine why? Can you imagine why it's good for us to believe that the American dream involves being in debt, showing up every day for 30 years to a job that sucks? Can you imagine? Why would that be important? Why is that narrative so important on the broader scale? Imagine what would happen if all of a sudden this trend hit the country where people said, no, I'm sorry, I'm not spending $400,000 on a house right now. That's way too much money for sticks, right? If someone said, no, I'm not going to finance it. When I have the money, I'll buy it. What happens if you just stopped spending money for a week? If we all stopped spending money for a week, can you imagine what would happen? They don't want it. No one wants us to live the life that fits us. Because the only one that benefits from living that life is us. And a small segment of the population who happen to be able to provide us services and support for that life. Plumbing contractors aren't interested in me. I'm not doing anything for them. Drywall contractors aren't interested in me. Landscaping companies aren't interested in me. My circle of influence, the circle of people who are going to benefit from the choice I've made are RV dealers because they have parts I need. Fueling, Shell, Mobil, all the gas stations, the people who provide diesel because I need fuel to pull my vehicle, my house around. And the basic mechanical issues are related to it. I'm not involved in that bigger game, mortgage and interest. And it's easy. That's the cool part about it. It is so damn easy, and you can do it too. How do you do it? Pick it. Starts with picking it. Pick something you love. You're probably already doing it, and if you're not doing it, you're thinking about it. So step out there and start doing it. Add some fuel to your tank. Get inspired about something, and then go after it. Start living who you want to be. Start being who you want to be instead of who they're telling you to be. That's the gist of it right there. It's some tough questions that require some honest answers. But once you start down that path and you get that first win, you'll never look back. You go, wait a minute, this is bullshit. Why am I mowing a lawn? I hate mowing lawns. This is bullcrap. Why do I have an acre and a quarter of grass and I'm spending every Saturday working, thinking about fishing, thinking about backpacking? I'm not saying any of it's wrong. I'm saying the problem is that most of the things we choose don't have anything to do with who we are. It doesn't fit. Keep it in mind. Try a new path. See what happens. Try something new that inspires you. Get excited about something you could do. Go after it. You're running out of time. We all are. So, I don't know. I'm just one guy trying to change the world. I hope it's working for you. Thank you for showing up. I really appreciate it. Let's not forget the kindness. And as always, just remember, today's your day. Make it a good one.